Hello, thank you for the film that you have in the Berlinale. Misfits is a documentary about queers in America, but you're not from America.
No, I'm from Denmark.
Why did you take on this project in America?
I read about this youth center in an American newspaper, and the image of this tiny youth center squeezed in between two big churches in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just it made me curious, and I started thinking about the kids, who goes there. How would they where did they find the courage and the power to go there? In a very conservative environment, and I don't know. I just felt a personal need to go and check this out.
Denmark is a little bit more open-minded.
It is definitely, yeah. But I mean, we have our issues too, obviously.
Yeah,
but
everyone
yes.
So how was it for you to go there and see the circumstances that the youth there live in?
Well, I mean, they were very welcoming. They were very open, and they some of them wanted to be in the film, and so I had different interviews with different characters, and it's sort of been a long process. I think the first time I went there, I selected 10 characters, and I went back and then I watched what I filmed, and I made a selection, and I came back, and some of them would not be in the film anymore, and some of them did not have the story anymore because they just outlived it. And in the end, I ended up choosing these 3 characters.
How long did you work on this film as such?
In all, it's been 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been back and forth, Tulsa, Copenhagen, Tulsa, for 2 years.
Was it your intention to show their situation for other queer youths, or was it for adults that you intended the film to be? Did you have something in particular in mind when you shot the movie, or did it just kind of develop with the stories that came along?
The idea is a youth-oriented documentary. Mm-hmm. This is a documentary about kids for kids, and I'm happy that the grown-ups will see it too. That's important. Mm-hmm. I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen once I went to Tulsa, and I decided very early on that I would only show and film scenes that the kids would allow me to. Mm-hmm. So it's been a very interesting process. I didn't have a script, or it's kind of a puzzle that's put together, mm-hmm. slowly.
You had some very wonderful moments in the movie. The brother of the one youth who apologized for his behavior. Did you know about the apologies?
No, I didn't. Actually, that's the first scene. That was the first scene I filmed with that family. I didn't even know the family was going to be in the film. I wanted to be in the film at that point. I just wanted to do an interview with Ben, and do some research. And then the whole family showed up, and I wanted to be in the film, or in the shot, and I was like, yeah, fine, And they just opened up, and I was I think we just filmed for 1 hour, and I was blown away emotionally, but also I understood how much they wanted me to do this film, and how important it is for them too, that this film will come out, and people will see how they struggled and how they moved on.
Mm. Yeah, that was a very touching moment.
Yeah.
There were other moments like the kiss under the light bridge. Did you plan that ahead, or did it also just happen spontaneously?
No, I mean that happened. I mean, our production coordinator in Tulsa, he told me, the kids might want to go to this because everyone go to this crazy big Christmas landscape that they do every year. And I said, wow, let's go. And I asked Larissa, I said, are you going to go there with your girlfriend? She said, yeah, I'm going to go tomorrow. I said, fine. So we went the day before and just to check. And I was like, this is crazy. And then we decided we would just follow them around. And they just got in the middle and they started kissing. And you can actually hear us say, hey, let's get in the middle. And I didn't ask them to do it. Yeah, so that was very spontaneous.
Yeah, well, documentary lives from spontaneity.
Exactly, yeah.
When you were editing the film, what did you discover yourself after you've shot the film? Was there some new revelation for yourself?
As a film director, or
as the director, as a human being,
as a person. Well, I mean, I struggled with the same issues as the kids years ago. When I was a kid, when I was a gay kid, and I was so it's been an interesting journey for me as well, because I was kind of taking back in time. I was like, oh, these kids are still dealing with what I had to deal with, and I'm like, when is this going to stop, so that was pretty emotional for me. In terms of other stuff, I mean, I met a lot of very nice people, a lot of warmth, a lot of love, and I think it's so important that we address our fear, that we're open about what we don't understand, and we should talk about why don't we understand it instead of just hating and bashing. And that goes for the families as well, because I think that's one of the things this film can do is it shows that yes, a gay kid has different problems, but the family too, and so it's important to talk about this.
If it should help society in a larger way, it cannot only help with interior homophobia when people reject themselves in a way, but have to admit it to themselves to come out, but it also needs to be shown to straight people or their families just to get acquainted with the idea that it's okay. How do you think this film will get into the straight audiences?
Our ambition from the beginning was to make a film that's sort of a coming of age film that's not only about sexuality. These characters, they have a lot of problems. Some of the problems is because of their sexuality, which are problems they shouldn't be having in the first place. But I mean, they have those problems. But we also focused on other problems, and I think where we can relate, everyone can relate to the film because we have all been teenagers. We have all been there. We have all struggled with identity crisis and dreams and hopes and problems and parents and families and they don't understand you and stuff. So I think whether or not you're gay or it's a film. You can sit down and you can actually relate to the characters.
And as a last question, how's your experience here at Berlinale? How's the audience reacting? How are press reacting to this?
We had our first public screening ever yesterday of the film, and it was sold out. And it was a very good screening, and people reacted. Their reaction was quite amazing. Yeah.
Well, good for you. I hope that it continues and you will get into other festivals, and that youth and adults will see the film.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.